great experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And Toma, being a Texas native, I do have to ask you, your favorite burger. Like, there's just so many burger chains here, right? Where do you recommend? What do you recommend for the good people out there watching today? What do you recommend for me to try? Where do you want to go when you want to get a tasty burger?
Well, the burger place that I would always recommend, we took you to there the other day, Whataburger, the Texas classic, always going to be taking people there as well. But Saf, I am so excited for this next set that we've got coming up here too. We've got, I believe it's going to be Cherry Limeade versus Smoothie, and this is, I know, going to be a fan favorite for teams out there and all these players that are going to be watching us online as well as here in the convention center.
Yeah, this is going to be a really amazing matchup, Toma. These teams have played each other many times, are good friends, and once again, we get to watch them on the main stage here at Low Tide City. It's going to be an excellent match, and we're like, if you can see right down below, the actual prediction is pretty split, mostly split of like who's going to win here. And there's a lot of people even here at Low Tide City that are big fans of these teams and just excited to get to watch them play today.
Yes, I am too. Both of these teams have been teams that have been on my radar for a long time leading up to this tournament. As soon as I saw both of them registered, I was like, okay, this is going to be a matchup. They're both. I knew. I'm like, they're both making top 16. They've got to run on to each other in the top 16, and I am so excited, Saf, to be commentating this set.
Yes, I am too. I'm really looking forward to it, and we got our good maps coming out too. You see right at the top here. We're going to open up with Clamblitz on Manta Maria. Now, this is a map coming back from Splatoon 2, and as soon as it did come back, there was actually a map, looking at you, Flounder, that got replaced in a lot of the tournament scene, because as soon as that was able to come to fruition, everybody was like, all right, we don't need this map anymore. We can go ahead and go over here. But Toma, give me a little bit of a rundown on this map mode here that we're going to see in a few minutes.
Well, first of all, I am such a Manta Maria lover here for Splatoon 3. They took that street and they made it so much wider. It's so much better of an approach option now. You're not just getting walled out there. And, it still is easy to defend, too. If you got a tri-strike up, you can throw it in there. There are good defense options and attacking options there. Now, it's not as crunched, not as crowded, which makes it better for a lot of different plays as well. This is the one mode, I believe, where they kept the block on the left hand side too, that allows you access up into the enemy spawn. You still have that flanking option, which can come into use a lot of times, especially if you've got a lot of distraction going on in the bunker area. Saf, if you can sneak in, if somebody's got just needs one more clam and you can juggle it over to them over on that left hand side, it can be a really big play.
Okay, I gotta tell you something I'm really excited to see. And we got to see it a little bit here at the convention. I'm excited for the non-shooters that are going to come out on this map. And I'm looking at you, Pika. I'm looking at you with that bucket. I'm looking at you because you have had some amazing gameplay throughout this tournament here this weekend. And so I'm really looking forward to some Inkjet coming out. Toma, you know how I feel about Inkjet. Now that it has this buff, it's unstoppable. It's incredible. So we're really looking forward to that. You can kind of see everybody here at Low Tide City right now waving into the crowd. Everyone's really excited to be here. All eyes up front looking at Cherry Limeade and Smoothie together. We're really excited to get to be here with them today and to get to watch, and I know that the crowd is too. And it looks like right now we're getting ourselves set up. We're getting into the rooms, getting geared up and ready to go.
Yep, a bit of a full room here today. Got the pop guns there, getting ready, coming up. And this is such a great turnout to LTC this year. This room has been packed all weekend long, and now that we're here in top 16, so many people wanting to see the exciting action. We got lots of teams over here battling their way through the top 16 as well. But like you said, we're getting ready to go into this. We got Smoothie over here on the left, Cherry Limeade over here on the right. It's two amazing teams. One of them has to fall here as they're going to be battling it out for their chance to survive in this tournament.
Yeah, and it's going to be a sight to see, Toma. I mean, Once again, these are two teams that are very, very good friends and have played together a lot and have scrimmed together a lot. And so it's one thing when you get to play in a scrim and kind of bring a different energy, but it's a whole other ball game when you're coming into the tournament setting like we are here today. So I'm so excited, Toma. I'm really looking forward to watching what we're going to see and duke it out here.
Same, I am too as well. And, there's lots of different options. As well, you talked about non-shooter options that there are going to be on this map. We just talked about Pico with that Tri-Slosher, but, I'm also looking forward to Shiny as well. I know plays ZNF, Charger, and Tri-Stringer, both two options that could come out here. And I'm especially looking at that ZNF Charger potentially coming out as a really good strike option for them to be able to clear street as well. It's going to be a weapon that's going to play a little bit further back, a little bit more safe. It can utilize, especially that splash wall on the grates to protect itself from anybody who's going to be walking up, giving them a little bit extra time to get that snipe in too. There's so many great options to be playing here.
Yeah, absolutely. And also you gotta note as well, Lily being on the Splattershot Junior hype train and also maybe sprinkling some Neo Splash in as well, and just getting so much coverage on the map and a lot of mobility down for Cherry Limeade. I mean, it's such a powerful tool, and we got to see it quite a few times in different competitions with Cherry Limeade, the amount of mobility that they're able to have, and especially even their backline player, Shiny. The amount of mobility that Shiny is able to maintain for themselves as well is so impressive, and I gotta admit, like, I'm excited to see what they do. I mean, we're chomping at the bit here to see what is going to be brought to the table. Toma and I can see the screens from the side of Smoothie. We can kind of peek at what they have going on in their pockets right now. So we're just chomping at the bit to see what we are going to have.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I'm excited to see if we'll see, any sort of backline coming out from Smoothie as well. We know that Shiny pretty much plays primarily backline options, and at higher levels, backline is kind of where you don't see it as often, except for now, of course, with the introduction of the ballpoint splatling into our meta, which has you've seen time and time again coming out on the LTC stream here today. It could be an excellent pick here as well if anybody wants to be playing that. You've got those grates that work very well for splatling players to be able to walk across, great angles for inkjets as well. There's so many. I'm so excited to be seeing what they're bringing to the table, Sav. You never know. You never know what people are going to be doing.
Yeah, sometimes things can really surprise you, and sometimes even like the formula that you would normally have gets changed, and then you add something new into the mix, and you're surprised that it works. But sometimes too, like if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right, Toma? Like we say that a few times. We've said it a lot to where sometimes things will happen and comps will be really strange and maybe not make a lot of sense. But if you're getting your wins and you're putting up the W's on the board, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly, Sav. And that's how you've got to run it, especially when you're in these really like high stress situations. You're here at top 16. You're here on the stage. All eyes are on you. You've got to be playing your best. And if you've got a comp that works, it may not always be worth it to experiment. You may just, hey, this is our bread and butter. This is what we're going to be doing. And that's what we see happen in a lot of times in a lot of different pyramids that we've both commentated together. And Sav, that is the battle time ping. We're going to be getting into this match here, loading and seeing what they're going to be bringing to the table. I am so ready for this. Here we got Smoothie. We got that double splash machine. We got the carbon roller here. We got the C-Jet. We got the vanilla Tri-Slosher, C Junior, and Splatana. It looks like they're going to be going for a lot faster paced comps here on this map, Sav.
Oh my gosh, Toma, my heart is pounding, and especially because the song that is in the game right now is my favorite in-game song. Here we go, Smoothie versus Cherry Limeade. We are making our way out into mid. We have a ball already on the side of Cherry Limeade, passing it off to Shiny. Shiny trying to protect this great area right now, getting some ink down. That's 2 splats already on the side of Smoothie, and we're going to see that ball flying in to the basket area of Smoothie, and the first break is going to go to Cherry Limeade.
Oh my god, and that trade from the inkjet in the air from Pika Oh my gosh, Saf. But it looks like this may be a little bit of a break. One clam and done on the side of Cherry Limeade as Smoothie is already getting back here into mid. But nonetheless, an impressive opening, a really fast opening, you know, a little bit faster than we may be used to seeing here on this map. As now the fight is really going down here on mid. Trades happening between Balloon and Pika there. Boopy now ready to move forward, finds the pick on to Shiny, gonna heal a little bit here before moving forward. Lily is set up to defend, got a jump into the basket from Pika as well, and Boopy is gonna be forced to kind of back off here at Pika. Going up in that bunker, getting the splat, but now it is just Shiny alive, able to stall it a little bit longer by finding that pick. The Toxic Mist gonna come out to delay some movement from Smoothie as well. They've got that power clam. They have some more clams to throw in. There is the lead change down to 65, but that at all is not going to be a safe push. They're going to be jumping out there, ending that, and now they're going to be going back out, and Cherry Limeade is going to be on pressure to find some clams and get a response going.
Yeah, I mean, Shiny's positioning there was so good, Toma. I mean, not only just throwing the mist down and trying to prevent the jumps from moving very much, but also that they were able to kind of fan out into the street area to try to stop that push. But now, you can see Cherry Limeade is quick on the response time right now. We are already changing that lead over once again. 2 members going down with 1 on the response right now for Smoothie. We have a power clam kind of just sitting in no man's land at the moment, but it looks like Cherry Limeade is going to be unable to try to make it in there. You can see Pika trying to go for a little bit of a sneaky flank, but getting caught out pretty quickly there. Smoothie needs to keep eyes on where Pika is at all times, I think, especially because if Pika's able to break into that bunker, it could be really dangerous for them. But as we can see right now, Smoothie is going to be having the clam economy in their pockets right now. 4 members now being pushed up, and you can see Cherry Limeade trying to fan out and play some defense.
Right here in Balloon trying to kind of poke over these edges. A bunker helping out their fellow teammate lost there, and that is 3 down on the side of Cherry Limeade. They've got to get those clams together. The Carbon Roller gonna be taking a fight here with the Inkjet going down. Pika gonna be staying alive, goes down to Boopy. Now you got these clams alive, and that is going to be the lead change once again. Saf, Boopy, and Balloon both still here under the basket area. Lily able to take one of them out. Balloon jumping out. That is going to be Smoothie's end of that push, but they were able to take the lead back there in spectacular fashion.
Yeah, that was about to be real dangerous there for a moment there, Toma, for Cherry Limeade. If Lily was unable to win that fight and Boopy was able to stay there with Balloon following up, that could have been a very dangerous moment for Cherry Limeade in this game right now. But as we can see, Pika once again with the Inkjet already in the street area, getting shut down pretty quickly by Lost, though. We have a ball in possession for Limeade. They're trying to push up. Wavebreaker is going to come out. Lily almost able to burst through all of the members of Smoothie to get that basket break, but unfortunately goes down. The Trizuka coming out looking for Pika, especially with the Tri-Strikes as well. Pika now goes down. 2 members of Cherry Limeade are now down. This is Smoothie's opportunity to try to see if they can push forward and get another break.
And Boopy here on this left side is going to be looking to do exactly that. Are caught out by that torpedo and the hammer. They do know that Boopy is there, but any kind of distraction you can provide to burn off time off the timer at this clock is valuable. You see that they've got those clamps 2 down on Cherry Limeade as these fights between Lily and Boopy coming out, and the Booyah Bomb here gonna be clearing the way. Boopy gonna pop the crab tank up here on the wall, seeing if they can find Lily down there in that pit. Is able to find Lily. Krim here on the wiper gonna be trying to defend. 19 seconds left on this clock. They've got a power clam on the ready. Cherry Limeade still needs to form one to go into overtime. Pika is going to try to clear out this street. As you can see, they're going to be trying to funnel clams into Shiny, and they are able to get the power clam online to force overtime right now. And this is where it all matters. It's got to come together. Lily going to be going into the street. Pika Dave going down on the bunker. You've got the power clam online. Krim here taking the fight, but it is a wipeout onto Cherry Limeade. And that there, Saf, that is going to be the game as this timer is going to be running out. And the first game going to go to Smoothie.
Oh my gosh, Toma, the fights that we were seeing, the fights that were being picked, I mean, Holy smokes. I mean, when you are this high in this competitive scene, you really got to be smart about picking your battles. It's all about picking your battles when you are funneled into a 1v1 situation. And I mean, that was just executed so well by Smoothie, that defensive positioning that they were able to maintain. Getting Pika out of there as quickly as possible, getting that Inkjet away was so helpful for them, because if Pika is able to set up on that bunker and kind of hold them there and not really allow them to move around and to try to maneuver around their basket, I mean, it could have been a snowballing effect for the side of Limeade, but Smoothie was able to come back and play the strong defense.
Oh, it absolutely could have turned into that, but we saw just so much back and forth. We saw that lead change so many times throughout that game, and this is showing exactly why this is these fan favorite kind of matchups that you've seen. We've seen Smoothie and Cherry Limeade face off time and time again, and everybody looking forward to a matchup like this, because this is an intense kind of back and forth gameplay that really makes for entertaining Splatoon.
Yeah, and you know what? We wasted no time getting into this next game, Toma. I mean, these teams are ready to go and ready to fight. We have a similar composition coming out from both sides. You still have that machine coming out from Balloon, though, this time, a new pick. And we see Lily actually changing over to that Neo Splash as well. So we have Tri-Strikes coming out for the side of Cherry Limeade right now, but we also see that on the side of Smoothie too, with this double splash composition as well, and we still have the Crab too. Splat zone on Mycomart right now, and the first possession is going to go to Limeade.
Yes, and they're able to hold that for a little while, down to 84, but Smoothie on the response now, 2 down on Cherry Limeade. They're able to take that zone back, and they're going to be moving forward into a great position here. This Carbon Roller doing exactly what it wants to do, is going to be trying to get underneath these ledges, find people as they exit. They see nobody on that side, so they're like, okay, we can back up her a little bit here. We've got the Zuka online. They're going to be looking to try to pick off Lily with that. Not quite able to find the target, though, but there are still just Lily up on the side of Cherry Limeade, going to be fighting it out, takes out Lost, but still goes down. This timer is ticking, 48 counts left on the clock. Boopy doing a great job keeping this zone in Smoothie's favor right now, but Pika, the Stamp, going to be coming in to try to clear space for Cherry Limeade. The Jet going to pick them out of the sky, as now the zone is in a neutral position. You can see Lily here throwing as much pain as they can, but Lost going to be finding them in the Tri-Strike, a very vulnerable position to be in. And now, Saf, this is a dangerous position. Cherry Limeade needs to get in here fast, but Lost not going to be allowing them to underneath this ledge. But just as I say that, Saf, Commentators curse. The Cherry Limeade is going to be able to break in and get the full wipe onto Smoothie.
Wow, Toma, I mean, the turn of events that just happened there was absolutely insane. I mean, not only was all of Smoothie up and having them in a 3-down situation, but Limeade was able to respond quickly and come back in and then find themselves in the wipeout, getting the wipeout. This map has turned so purple in the last few seconds with 3 minutes left to go. Zone is still in possession by Limeade. The Booyah from Balloon is going to come out with the rain trying to come through, maybe looking for some tick damage now, but that zone is now going to flip possession back to Smoothie. Not only because 2 members of Limeade going down now responding, but you can see Krim is going to try to make their way into this map, taking Lost out with that Stamp throw. Pika down right now, though. Tri-Strikes are going to come out to try to clear some space, and the zone goes back into Limeade's favor with Tri-Strikes being responded by Smoothie coming out here, but we have the rain also going to be coming out here into this front area right by the stack to try to maintain some space for themselves. Boopy now getting a nice splat with that Crab Tank as well, ending the Crab Tank there and trying to see if they can push forward a little bit. This zone being in a neutral position, this is a scary position right now for Limeade to be in.
Yeah, and Pika Dave there on the Tri-Slasher trying to go behind and get some picks, but not able to find them. Now that's going to allow Smoothie to take advantage of this 2-down situation, claim zone once again, and they've got quite a bit of penalty to work through, but Lost already has that Zuka out trying to find some picks, but not quite able to. The rest of Cherry Limeade going to be trying to build up special to find their way back in. You can already see Pika Dave does have had the Inkjet online, but goes down. Boopy going to be trying to find Krim as well if they can. not quite able to find that pick. Shiny going to be going over there to that right-hand side, be working with the strikes and the storm to clear as the zone is ticking down, but time is running out fast. They're able to neutralize it, and they're able to stop right before Smoothie is able to extend their lead. Pika Dave going to be able to find Boopy there too, able to reclaim zone into Cherry Limeade's possession, and this is huge. Sap, this penalty timer is going to be ticking through very shortly. They'll be able to start scoring again if they can stay alive and keep Smoothie off of the zone. They are not out of this game quite yet, but Krim going to be going down. Lily with these strikes going to be caught. They're able to escape the Booyah Bomb, but now zone being contested, they're going to be able to fight it back out, and Cherry Limeade still surviving there before the zone flipping very quickly back over to Smoothie, finding a great pick from Balloon there on to Krim.
Yeah, I mean, the positioning that Shiny had there for a little bit, trying to get up on that left stack, was crucial, Toma. They had eyes on all 4 members of Smoothie there for a time being, and I think if Limeade was just able to get a little bit more ink on that zone, I think they would not have this penalty that they have at this moment, but it's easier said than done at this moment. Once again, Pika getting an excellent splat in their inkjet. You have Shiny trying to follow up and keep this back zone painted, trying to support Lily, while Lily also tries to keep it painted. Once again, Cherry Limeade is going to take this zone into possession. We only have about 10 seconds left, Toma, and this zone is in possession of Limeade. Once they get this penalty out of the way, that is 31 seconds to try to take the lead.
Yes, it is. Krim trying to deserve a bit of a distraction, but the strikes are going to come out onto zone 3 down on Cherry Limeade. Just Pika up, and they aren't going to be able to hold. Smoothie is going to take game 2, but Saf, this kind of back and forth gameplay, you know, you saw that Smoothie pushed it to 6, but Cherry Limeade was never out of it until the very end there. They were coming back in strong time after time.
Yeah, and it definitely was not a sweep by any means, Toma. I mean, we went down to the wire on that one. We were in overtime with that one. The zone kept flipping back and forth. I mean, sure, Smoothie was in a single digit with penalty points, but Cherry Limeade did not make that easy for them. It was not a cakewalk for them. They fought hard to the very bitter end, taking us in now to a game 3. We are looking at going back to splat zones on Umami, and I feel like with the amount of ink coverage that we are seeing coming out from Smoothie with this double splash composition that they have going, I mean, Limeade's going to have to be a little bit more careful of that, and especially with the way that Boopy has been positioning themselves with this crab tank. There's so many little positions and things where they can be.
Yes, it sure can. A little correction there. We're actually going to be going on to Tower Control Undertow Spillway for this map. Just saw Splat Zones, Mako Mart there. And this is one of my favorite maps in the entire game, actually. So I love this one. I am a Tri-Stringer main. I'm really excited to see if Shiny will bring out that weapon here. I think it's one of those weapons that you can work so well on this map. It utilizes those curves in the map. It can find players in spaces that other backlines can't necessarily reach.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm realizing now that I was reading the wrong map list, folks. Thank you for the correction, Toma.
It happens.
Tower Control on Undertow. Anyways, great map mode combo. You're absolutely right. Are we going to be seeing that Tri-Stringer pick coming out from Shiny? Is this a place where they can thrive with a Tri-Stringer and find themselves in a good spot to be pushing the tower? I mean, only time will tell at this moment as our teams get ready and into position to get started into this 3rd game. I mean, another thing too is I'm really looking forward to see if we are going to still be maintaining this double splash combo. Like I said it, even if we weren't playing Splat Zones in the next one, even just having the double splash and the amount of coverage and inking power that Smoothie has been bringing to the table here, and especially, as I said before, with the positioning that Boopy takes with these crab tanks as well, they got to be cautious of the tower possession.
They sure do. You know, like you said, the positionings that both of these teams have really, time after time again, have been really, really incredibly vital to their success, and they're incredibly threatening positions as well, and that's going to be even more vital here on on tower control under Toast Spillway, it's one of those, kind of long, really narrow maps. And it can be really difficult to be able to push through some of those areas, especially if there's a crab tank, tri-strikes, other weapons, or other specials that are contesting the area. And especially, that first checkpoint, really, really close to mid. It's got a lot of, unsafe area around it. It can be hard to break through there. And it really doesn't get much safer as time goes on. The tower will veer over to that left-hand side, which is perfect for people to set up on those grates to be able to fire at the tower. And then, of course, the last checkpoint is right in front of your base, and you can pressure them really easily there, too. It's one of those maps that's really intense at all times. There's not really a lot of room to breathe.
Yeah, absolutely. You really got to be watching your where you are in the corners, and you got to be watching for sharks here, Toma. There's a lot of sharking to be had. Pika is going to be actually changing out that bucket, going into the Slosher Deco in their hands. We still see Lily holding on to that Neo Splash, and we actually have Krim moving over to the 96 Deco. So we do see the Kraken coming out on the side of Limeade here. Going to be a very crucial position for them to take if they are able to maintain themselves on that tower and not get pushed off.
Absolutely, and we still see the C-Jet coming out. A little bit sad we didn't see the Tri-Stringer, but, I saw Tri-Stringer last set. That's still one more Tri-Stringer than I was expecting to see here today. But Cherry Limeade in a great position, breaking that first checkpoint as of now, finding some jumps back in. Lily riding this tower for them. Shiny, of course, back there kind of poking, not allowing Smoothie to get to those grates that they could use to defend the tower from. Lily going to be keeping that checkpoint alive by just touching it barely in between those strikes, able to find the clearance there. And Boopy now trying to come in on the tower, going to be seeing if they can pick off the end leg of the Kraken there. They are able to. That is Smoothie going to be able to finally force Cherry Limeade out of their base, able to finally take control of this tower and get it online. As you saw, they inched right up there to that first checkpoint. Don't quite get onto it yet, but now they've got the crab tank, going to be able to use that to clear it. Lily going to be trying to rush up there to see if they can find a pick, but not quite. Now this tower going to be, we can maybe see a little bit of a mirror experience of what happened earlier with 2 down on the side of Cherry Limeade, but Boopy in this Ink Storm going to be facing fire from Shiny on that C-Jet, but they too are going to be able to clear it. And here it comes, Saf. They're going to be coming around this corner, and the lead has changed in favor of Smoothie. 2 down on Cherry Limeade. They've got the crab online. They've got the tri-strikes online. They're going to be throwing everything they've got at this tower to keep it in their possession. They've got that Zuka as well, but Pika behind on the bucket, going to be trying to tear it up, but Saf, it isn't going to be enough. And Smoothie is going to ride that tower into the knockout, and they're going to claim this set 3-0.
I mean, Toma, I have no words. It all just happened so quickly. Not only that, but I mean, you could see that Pika was running, sprinting to get behind them and taking 3 members down, but it just wasn't quite enough, just still missing that last member to try to get them off of that tower. And I mean, just wow, incredible gameplay by Smoothie and a strong fight put up by Limeade.
It absolutely was. And it's one of those things, we say this all the time on stream, Saf, that a 3-0 doesn't always paint the full story. You see that on paper, you're just thinking, okay, well, Smoothie won that set. Like, it is obviously Cherry Limeade was in a competition, but that is so far from the truth. Those were some of the most entertaining matches I have seen in my entire commentary career, Saf.
It's once again, it's as we said before, it's when you can see the call-outs happening live. You can see it happening right in front of your eyes, and you just know exactly what these players are saying to go where they need to be. And you can see it happening from both teams. Both teams knew what they needed to do. Limeade had such a strong opening there. I mean, they took the tower all the way down to the 37. They were feeling really good. But then as soon as that soft wipe happened and there was only one member of Limeade being up, Smoothie took the opportunity and they ran with it.
And they used those specials so well together too. You can kind of see a little bit of replays here as the Boopy, just like you talked about these incredible positionings that they had. And then Pika on the other side too, they used such great special positionings to really create pressure on to the opposing team. And that was what held together every single push that happened here today in this match. And it's incredible. Going back to that tower control game that we just saw there for a second, on that left-hand side, you saw that they just kind of chained together their specials. They had, you know, the crab out, then they had the strikes out, then they had the Zuka out just to stall as much time as they possibly can. Like, you know, here it is. As they're approaching that corner, they're able to break one out at a time. Boopy goes over there, gets the crab. They use it together with those strikes, and Lost is like, okay, if both of those are ready, I've got my Zuka charged up. I'm going to swim up here to the tower, going to pop that, and that is how you stagger a team. That is how you keep them out. Pika Dave with that zip caster, getting that unexpected angle, just wasn't quite enough.
And you know, it's the same kind of thing with Clam Blitz as it is on tower control, Toma. Like, you don't need to rush the tower sometimes. Sometimes, yes, rushing the tower is the objective and what you should do, but also you could see that Smoothie was able to just hold it at that third checkpoint. They didn't let it move from there. They could kind of jump back off of it, maybe try to see where they could pick their fights successfully, and then get back onto the tower and then keep it moving. And sometimes, really, you just need to keep the tower in a good position where you can keep it moving, just like with Clam Blitz, where you can just try to stagger to keep the basket open, and Smoothie did exactly that.
I was just about to say that. You were in my mind, Seth. I was like, it's just like the Clam Blitz. You know, just if you don't have to just pour everything you've got into it right at the moment that you've got it in your possession. You can hop on, hop back. We saw something similar happen earlier when Cherry Limeade was doing their first push as well. You saw that Lily saw the tri-strikes coming in, was like, okay, backed off, kept touching the tower in between the strike placements so that they could keep the checkpoint alive, because they didn't want the tower to retreat and have to restart the checkpoint anew. And that is the kind of gameplay and game sense you expect out of these top level teams.